Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning into the Fresh Start Friday. Something different happened yesterday when I was on a Zoom call. Totally different experience, and it hit me. I was like, man, we need to be like Sony. So to all my medical device companies out there, like that are struggling to get the same client engagement that we used to get 3, 4 years ago, and we're trying the same old playbooks, we're in the same place, and they're not converting nearly as well. We're losing market share in different ways. Well, I think there's something here for us, as well as to all my clients that who are physical therapists and chiropractors and private practice owners that are struggling to get new patients through the door. We should all learn something from Sony, and we should tap into that. All right, that's what's going on in today's conversation. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's Fresh Start Friday. So I'll be brief, right? And Sony is what I think most medical device companies need to emulate and really try to mirror, right? So let's get right into it. Sony, of course, makes products. They make their headphones. They have other devices that they create. They also make the software. So to all my health IT companies out there, the brand of Sony also penetrates into that market as well. But everyone knows them mostly for the movies, right? And the movies that we're talking about are like Spiderman and, movies that have great heroes and also solid villains that the heroes always defeat, but they're still, formidable opponents, right? So these villains, like Spider-Man has the Green Goblin, right? And he defeats him. James Bond has Goldfinger and Jaws, and the list goes on with that whole series. All that's under the actual Sony brand. And of course, Will Smith has a whole list of good movies under Sony, right? You got The Pursuit of Happiness. You have Men in Black, 1, 2, 3, and probably 4 and 5, but only 1 and 2 matter. And then you have Hancock, right? And his biggest enemy was Chris Rock. I had to do it. but anyway, man, I mean, healthcare has similar challenges. We have a lot of things that we're struggling with as well in this space, right? So you got the opioid crisis. That's a big one that people haven't figured out how to get people off pain meds. Decreasing reimbursement rates is another big challenge. And, that comes with this whole host of reasons why so many healthcare providers have to operate this mill where they only see, patients for a good 5 to 7 minutes because they got to keep up, the actual pace because the rates are going down. So the volume needs to go up. And then you got lack of transparency in the pricing. I mean, patients don't know what they're going to pay when they leave the hospital, or a lot of times what they're going to pay whenever they leave certain private practice owners. So there's a lot of that. And those things convolute the system. And staying with why we need to become like Sony and really start focusing on telling better quality stories with heroes, as the patient should be the hero. And then, even for the medical devices, we don't focus enough on the patients in our messaging and in our marketing efforts. Too many times we're focused on just how we can acquire new clients, but our clients need us to be advocates so they can attract new patients, right? So instead of us trying to go at this separately, we should be trying to combine forces as if we're the Avengers or some other super team and going after these super villains that are out there, right? And throughout healthcare. And there's a couple people that I think that are doing it right. So it's not like it's all wrong. And don't get me wrong, there's some, big pharma companies that are doing it right too. And some of that stuff is mandatory and needed. So I'm not on that end of the spectrum either. It's just that there's not enough of the quality, non-invasive, non-surgical, and some of these holistic methods that are into that storytelling the way some of the other profitable, VC-backed type of companies are really pushing it. So I thought an example was a good one here of Atlanta. So Grady Hospital. They're known as one of the places, if you get shot in Atlanta, that's where you want to go because they can help you save your life, right? They do great storytelling there, right? Grady's known for highlighting the stories. They have billboards as you pass through I-75 downtown about their successes of how they save lives. That's powerful. They do these little mini documentaries that come on TV every once in a while. Those are powerful stories that I think draw people. And to wrap it up, man, I think that the reason why it's important is because it's just good. It's just good for business. It's good for business for everyone. Not only does it help, us differentiate our actual offerings between, the chiropractor down the street versus the chiropractor that's 2 blocks over. Like, I think you're all doing the same thing unless you are telling a better story of why you're different. Or the PT that is trying to implement some new technology, right, and into their actual chain of clinics. But without those stories, how do you know what's different? And most importantly, why should I even know you? You have nothing. I mean, so that's one. But most importantly, man, stories build relationships. And that's the place that I want to land on. They build relationships and they inspire people to move beyond just a logical choice that they're accustomed to making in healthcare, which has been over time, I think, has just gotten old. So with that being said, guys, man, hopefully you guys are inspired to go tell some more stories. And, for my Zoom call that I had, it was all because we started off with this great conversation about her background and how she got into it and her vision for the future. And I'm like, man, this is what Sony's doing in their movies, and we need to do more of that. And so with that being said, go over to Nearsight Health community, join that community if you're into storytelling. I'm looking to try to cross promote and collaborate with more people that are sharing those patient testimonials, especially if there's a lot of like-minded people that are using similar technology or different techniques to help out patients. That's what I'm into. So with that being said, man, go over to nearsighthealth.com, and I would look forward to seeing you in the community. I'm out.